So Louisiana just filed the most important lawsuit of the year against a company that's putting your kids in danger every single day. Attorney General Liz Murrill is taking on Roblox, the #1 gaming website for children, and what she discovered would horrify every single parent watching this. And I have children that want to play this game, and I haven't let them at all. And we're talking about a platform with 83 million daily users where 20% are under 9 years old, and is crawling with predators using names like I blank minors who remain active on the site. And that's not even the worst part. The state found over 600 games simulating trafficking scenarios that children as young as 9 can access right now. And wait and see what the executives knew and when they knew it. This isn't just another tech company scandal. This is about a corporation that allegedly chooses profits over protecting the most vulnerable users on their platform, our children. And now, one brave attorney general is fighting back. So my name's Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And guys, we are a growing channel, and every like, comment, and subscription helps us bring you the news the mainstream media will not cover. So on August 14th, Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill made an announcement that sent shockwaves through the gaming world and should terrify every parent in America. She filed a groundbreaking lawsuit against Roblox Corporation, accusing the company of violating Louisiana consumer protection laws by creating what she calls a breeding ground for child exploitative services. So we have on the screen row catchers. Good job. Almost 50,000 signatures calling for the resignation of David, the CEO of Roblox. 46,884 signatures. All sorts of craziness. So we have a video from a Democrat rep, Ro Khanna, and he's doing great work. Check this out.
There is a growing issue in our country with Roblox, an online gaming platform, and the abuse of children. Roblox is simply not doing enough to protect our kids, to inform parents, and to go after child predators. As you know, I have been leading the fight for the full release of the Epstein files. I believe in transparency, and I believe in protecting our children. Today, I'm calling on people to sign a petition. Let's get to 1 million signatures by Friday to push Roblox to do more to protect our children and to prosecute predators. We need to keep our kids safe online.
Amen. Amen. So, this whole thing pisses me off. So Representative Ro Khanna has been sounding the alarm about exactly these kinds of dangers, warning that platforms like Roblox create environments where our children become sitting ducks for predators who exploit weak safety systems and corporate greed. The representative's warnings about inadequate protections and the need for real accountability have proven absolutely correct, as this lawsuit reveals. So the lawsuit was filed in Louisiana court, presents evidence that reads like a parent's worst nightmare. We're going to get into some of it. It might change some of the words a little bit due to YouTube constrictions. So Roblox hosts experience with names like Escape to Epstein Island and over 600 Diddy Party games that simulate alleged trafficking scenarios. There's something called Public Bathroom Simulator Vibe, where avatars engage in simulated intimate acts and virtual taking clothes off clubs that young kids as young as 9 can access. The numbers behind this case are now staggering and show just how massive this problem has become. Roblox reported over 13,000 incidents of child issues to authorities in 2023 alone. In Louisiana, child exploitation tips surged from 171 in 2010 to 16,000 in 2024. That's nearly a 100-fold increase that coincides with platforms like Roblox gaining popularity. And what makes this even more disturbing is how easy it is for predators to operate on this platform. Account creation requires only a birthday, a username, and a password, with no verification to process to confirm age or obtain parental consent. Chat filters are easily bypassed using misspelling or codes, and the platform employs only about 3,000 moderators compared to TikTok's 40,000. And we're talking about a platform with 83 million daily users being monitored by fewer people than work at most major corporations. Think about that. And here's where this gets really infuriating for any parent paying attention. The complaint reveals that Roblox executives allegedly knew about these problems and chose not to fix them because it might reduce user engagement and hurt their bottom line. They care more about money than your children. Shocking. The internal documents reportedly show executives debating acceptable levels of explicit content while rejecting stronger public safety proposals. Under 2024, default settings allowed adults to direct message children, and even recent updates fall short because in-game interactions remain unrestricted. So what do you guys think about companies like this? Should they prioritize profits over protecting our children? I don't let my kids on these sites for that reason. Louisiana led the charge when federal agencies fail to act. Should they have done more? So drop your thoughts in the comments, because this affects every single family in America with children. And this is where everything changes. Multiple law enforcement cases have been directly linked to Roblox, including arrests in California, Florida, and Louisiana, where predators use the platform to target children. In one recent Louisiana case, a suspect reportedly used voice-altering technology on Roblox to mimic a young female and lure children. These aren't isolated incidents, but part of a pattern that law enforcement agencies across the country are documenting. What should really make your blood boil is how Roblox markets itself to parents. The company promotes the platform as an educational tool that fosters creativity and learning, using slogans about creating new gateways into learning. Meanwhile, the lawsuit alleges this marketing deliberately misrepresents the platform's risks, prioritizing user engagement and revenue over genuine protection for the children using their service. An Attorney General Murrill isn't pulling any punches in her response to this corporate negligence, and it is corporate negligence. At a press conference, she stated that she wishes she could shut down the entire platform because it's basically open season for those seeking to harm children. And the lawsuit demands comprehensive reforms, including proper age verification, increased moderation, parental consent requirements, and blocking multiple accounts created by flagged users. And these are common sense safety measures that should have been implemented years ago, but weren't because they may have reduced the company's massive profits. Scumbags. And the response from parents and advocates has been overwhelmingly supportive of Louisiana's action. Social media users are calling for attorney generals in Arizona, Texas to file similar lawsuits, and hashtags like Free Schlep have emerged referencing community members who were banned for trying to expose harmful activities on the platform. And think about that for a moment. Roblox banned people trying to protect children while allowing users with names like I Bleep Minors to remain active. This case represents something much bigger than just one lawsuit against just one company. It's about whether we're going to allow big tech corporations to put profits ahead of protecting our children, or if we're going to demand that they be held accountable for the platforms they create and operate. Other states like Florida have already issued subpoenas to Roblox for internal records on child safety, suggesting this Louisiana action could be the first of many. So, if you got value from this update, please tap subscribe. My opinion is next. So like this video if you support Louisiana's fight for our children, and share with every parent you know, because they need to hear this truth. Roblox is dangerous. Don't let your kids on it. My final thought. So as the lawsuit represents exactly the kind of bold conservative leadership we need to protect our children from corporate greed masquerading as innovation. For too long, big tech companies have hidden behind claims of connecting people and fostering creativity while building platforms that endanger the most vulnerable among us. What Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill is doing here isn't just about one gaming platform. It's about drawing a line in the sand and saying that corporations who cannot prioritize their stock prices over the safety of American children. And when a company like Roblox generates billions of dollars in revenue from a platform where 20% of its users are under 9 years old, they have a moral and legal obligation to ensure those children are protected. The evidence in this case shows a pattern of deliberate negligence that should outrage every parent, grandparent, and anyone who cares about our next generation. The internal documents revealing executives debating acceptable levels of explicit content. The only person debating that should be the parents. Safety proposals rejected to maintain user engagement, and moderation so inadequate that predators operate with virtual impunity. This isn't oversight or technical limitations. This is a conscious business decision to maximize profits at the expense of child safety. What makes this more significant is that it's happening at the state level, where attorney generals like Murrill can move quickly without waiting for federal bureaucrats to catch up. And our republic works best when states lead on protecting their citizens, especially when federal agencies are either unwilling or unable to act. Come on, FBI. Come on, Kash Patel. Louisiana is showing other states exactly how to hold those tech giants accountable. So the broader implications here extend far beyond gaming platforms. This case could establish precedent for how we regulate any digital service that targets children, from social media to educational apps to entertainment platforms. And if Louisiana succeeds, it could send a message that states will step in to protect children when corporations won't protect them voluntarily. And for parents watching this, the message is clear. You cannot rely on these companies to keep your children safe, no matter what their marketing materials claim. It's all bull. The same executives who talk about creativity and learning in their public statements are the ones allegedly rejecting safety measures in private meetings because it might hurt their bottom line. Your vigilance as a parent is the first and most important line of defense for children online. Stay to it. Trust your gut. This is about more than just Roblox or gaming or even technology. It's about whether we're going to allow corporate America to treat our children as products to be monetized rather than young people to be protected. And Attorney General Murrill is fighting for every child in Louisiana and setting an example for leaders across our republic. She deserves our support, and her courage deserves to be replicated in every state capital across America. So stay vigilant and trust your gut, parents. God bless.